It's National Griddle Week and it's Taco Tuesday, and to celebrate I'm going to make one of my favorite tacos that I've made this past year, which is Mexican street corn chicken tacos. So let's get started. To start with, we need to get our chicken marinating. I've just got some simple chicken cutlets here that were on sale at my local HEB. I'm going to set up a Ziploc bag and we're going to put all of our ingredients in there with the chicken. Okay, to our chicken cutlets, we're going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. I'm not being super exact with my measurements here, and that's okay. You're welcome to be a little more exact. I'll have exact measurements in the description. I'm going to add a little bit of cumin, of chili powder, and a little bit of garlic powder. To that, I'm going to take 2 limes. I'm going to soften them up to get the juices flowing. And we're going to go ahead and squeeze in the juice from these 2 limes. Once you have all that in there, we're just going to seal it up and toss the chicken around in all of those ingredients. And then we're just going to take that and set it in the fridge for about a half hour before we start cooking. All right, so it's been about a half hour. We've got our chicken back out of the fridge. And so we're going to go ahead and start prepping the rest of our ingredients to get things cooking. So for our street corn, I have got 2 cans of sweet corn. You can use, of course, fresh corn. I'm just trying to save myself a little bit of time. I've also got a jalapeno, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this jalapeno. We only need about half of it. So we'll go ahead and cut that stem off that jalapeno and cut it in half. And we're going to remove most of these seeds, because as much as I like a little bit of heat, nobody else in my family seems to appreciate the heat. So we're going to take all those seeds out of there. And like I said, we only really need half this jalapeno, so we're going to just cut this thing up and we're going to dice it up real small. So the first thing we're going to throw on our hot griddle is going to be our chicken. I'm going to go ahead and season our chicken with a little bit of salt and pepper while it cooks. Okay, so while that chicken finishes up, I'm going to move it off to the side on the other side of the griddle, and I'm going to go ahead and start heating up my corn. We don't have to cook this completely, we're just getting it nice and warm so that when we assemble the tacos, it's a nice warm corn. Okay, it's about time to go ahead and pull that corn off. Remember, we're just heating it up. We're not trying to really cook it. Okay, for our street corn, we have our corn here. To that, we're going to add a couple tablespoons of mayonnaise, a bit of chili powder, our garlic powder, and some black pepper, and some salt. Again, I'm not being super accurate with these measurements because it's kind of all according to taste, but there will be some more accurate measurements in the description. And finally, we're going to throw in our diced jalapenos and our diced up green onion. I'm going to add a hefty amount of cilantro. I really like cilantro. I think it adds a really nice freshness to the dish. Some people don't like it, so of course you can leave that out if you don't want it in yours. And then we're gonna finish this off with a little bit of lime juice from our third lime here. We're gonna mix this all up real good. So there, look at that. Looks nice and creamy, looks so good. So let's go ahead and taste a little bit of it. Perfect. Has that sweetness from the corn, a little bit of heat from the chili powder, a little bit of freshness from that cilantro. I think it's great. So there's one more component to add to this. I like to mix in some Cotija cheese with this. I just buy the pre-grated Cotija cheese. You of course can find it ungrated. I like this cheese a lot for tacos. It's my favorite cheese to use on tacos. I put a lot of it in there because I think it really adds a lot of flavor to the dish. Perfect. All right, so we should be about ready. All right, here we have our chicken. And you can cut this however you like. Maybe you like little cubes or little chunks. I personally like to get these cutlets because then I don't have to do quite so much cutting. And I really like these long strips of chicken in my tacos. So that's why I tend to stick to the cutlets, just so I can cut really easily these nice long strips for my tacos. It's beautiful. That cumin adds so much flavor to it, and that marinade, that's so good. All right, so I'm gonna use probably one of my favorite Blackstone accessories for these tacos, which is these original taco racks. All right, so to assemble my tacos, I'm just gonna go ahead and put my taco shells in my taco rack. I'm gonna start by putting some strips of chicken in each one. On top of this chicken, I'm gonna add a hefty amount of our street corn. I'm going to top that with a little bit of avocado. To that, I'm going to add a little bit of Mexican crema. And I'm going to finish this off with just a little more cilantro. Hefty sprinkling of that Cotija cheese. So I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna throw them over here. The griddle's still a little warm, so I'm gonna throw them over here on the griddle. You can even close the lid to kind of hold that heat in, and that will allow the shells to kind of warm up and soften up a little bit, and it kind of helps kind of gel everything together. Okay, there they are. Mexican street corn chicken tacos. All right, so National Griddle Week, Taco Tuesday. I made my Mexican street corn chicken tacos to celebrate. These are one of my favorite tacos that I have ever made at any point on the griddle. So all that's left is to dig in. They are just so perfect. All those fresh ingredients, you get just that freshness from the cilantro, that little bit of heat from the chili powder and the corn and on the chicken. Oh, it's so good. All right, so don't forget, Blackstone is doing giveaways all week this week for National Griddle Week. Today's giveaway, I believe you have to just go find their post on either Instagram or on Facebook and comment in their original post about what combination of taco ingredients that you want to make. You put that comment in there and you are automatically entered to win. I think this week's giveaway, or today's giveaway, is like their Blackstone taco kit, which is a fabulous kit. I use it all the time. It includes a version of these taco racks. So make sure you enter, win some free stuff from Blackstone. Also, go check out my YouTube channel, like and follow. It really does help me out. See you next time.